Hey, welcome to the show. This is going to be about women in trucking and how there's more and more coming in, and which is a great idea to have that. Maybe depends, right? If it's a good or bad idea. Some guys really shouldn't be driving, and some girls really shouldn't be driving. I guess ladies in general, they're safer, but I mean, my mom, she's not a great driver. It took my dad forever to get her to learn how to stop before the stop line. Like she couldn't understand or grasp it or understand. Or maybe my dad was a bad teacher. I don't know. It could be that, but yeah, anybody's teachable. And this is a pretty, I would say like, what could make you a successful driver versus a bad driver in the industry would be your attention to being safe and aware of everything around you, the dimensions of your vehicle, and having instincts. Like if you're like a soccer player, like if you're in sports when you're young, and you're fairly good, you have quick instincts, quick reflexes, reactions, like you have, you're not, well, it's strange because you can't be distracted in this industry. You got to be focused on the road, but at the same time, you can't be like a horse with those things covering your eyes, looking straight down the road and not like looking around for dangers or possible things that could go wrong. So that's the trade-off. Like you have to, because I had ADHD, and when I was young, and they put me in, I think it was the 4th grade. They put me in special education, and I was in 4th grade because I was always like distracted by the kids, and I'd just want to interact with them, or maybe just my friends. Not every single kid, but my friends. I would mess around with them and get distracted by them, and not do my work, and so they took me out. They kept giving me detention, and I remember I'm like, wow, and then it got to the point where all right, we're taking you out, and I wonder what they taught those kids when I wasn't there. The good stuff. They straight said, get Eddie out of here for 3 hours. And I would come back. Or was it 3 hours? I don't even remember. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 hours. Yeah. And then I would get in there with, I think it was like 2 other students. Yeah. But it was cool. Like, they got their education, and I got my edumacation. But, anyway, yeah, that's a thing. You have to, for the ladies and the women, not trying to be all creepy, but I mean, this is a good industry for ladies. And if you want me to sound creepy, I can sound creepy. Yeah, ladies should be in the trucking industry. Yeah. Oh gosh. No, but it's a little bit more dangerous for ladies, obviously, because they can't defend themselves, or because a man is much stronger and they could do, but it's getting to a point where there's, ladies that are also like creeps, lady truck drivers could really easily be creeps and creepers. And there's probably some that are in this industry like right now, that's been like, holding it down in the industry, driving for a long time, but they don't go to the extremes. Their success rate, I've heard, I don't know where I even heard this from, but it might be completely false, but success rate for a a lady doing something like extreme, like suicide is like they're less successful when they want to like take themselves out. But men, they're more successful when they're like, all right, I'm going to take myself out. And they go through it and they do it, But ladies, I guess it's not. I don't know where I heard that from. Must have been some podcast or something. But anyway, I need to clock out. I'm clocking out of work right now. But yeah, if you're a lady driver and you want to get into this industry, go for it. And I mean, the roads are going to be nicer. You're going to have nicer drivers on the road, polite drivers. And, yeah, that's what you got to worry about. Not being aggressive. Like, girls aren't aggressive. Like, young bucks, yeah, those guys are aggressive. And they take chances. And, I mean, guys and girls cut me off. Stop cutting us off, please. HERD. It's not cool. It's not funny. It's dangerous. The guy with the lifted truck. The guy with the BMW. I mean, you know who cut me off the most? BMWs, lifted trucks. Really, really messed up cars. Like cars that have all kinds of dents in them, and like they're already beat to high heaven from the driver's ability to drive. Like they're just terrible drivers. I seen that on, I think it was an episode on Pimp My Ride. Some dude came in with a messed up ride and they hooked them up. Exhibit hooked them up, and then they made his car really nice and shiny, and then like they did a recap on him, like, I don't know, a few months later, and they came back and it was the same thing. It was the same beat up car, dents everywhere, broken windshield or something, like side view mirrors. Oh gosh. So yeah, be careful for those cars that are really old and rackety and about to break down. Like those ones kind of scare me the most, because they don't take care of their tires, and who knows, I that's a little low-key thing that I started doing, like just focusing on beat up cars and looking at the tires and looking like just a very 1 or 2 quick second glance at the tires of every vehicle and seeing if they're low on pressure. There are so many cars, like you can spend all day looking at tires in cars, but you shouldn't. Like you have to change and pivot. But there's some cars that pass me by and I'm like, well, that's a low tire. And those cars cut me off. And the ladies and gentlemen with the sticker of the firefighter on the back of the car, on the left side of the window. I mean, if that's the wife of the firefighter or the actual fire, I don't believe it's the firefighter. It might be like their son or their daughter or something, or their wife that cuts me off. But that little sticker, I've seen those guys cut me off, and that's, I mean, come on. Someone's got to tell you can't be doing it. Let you in on a little secret. We don't have that much time to stop the vehicle traveling 55 miles per hour. I think for 5 seconds you'll travel the length of a football field. That might be wrong. I think it's 60 miles per hour. The length of a football field for 5 seconds. Take that into account. But anyway, thanks for listening. And have a nice evening.